morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Tyrus Bane here, aka Snapzilla the Gorilla. Hitting y'all with this quick live stream. Straight Godzilla salute. Yeah, I'm supposed to be rucking, you know what I'm saying? But it's raining pretty hard outside, so I decided to do some. Still got my ruck on, but I'm just doing a little routine in my garage, so I can still get the work in, you know what I mean? Still get my strength training in for my lower body using this ruck. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about the CEO of Give Go. I want to talk about the CEO of Give Go. Give Go is a platform Shilo Hendrix, the racist white chick, used to enrich herself after she called a 5-year-old autistic black boy the N-word multiple times and continued to use the word when she knew she was being filmed. So she, as an adult human being, decided to take certain actions. But when the consequences of those actions arise, she decides to play the victim and tries to campaign to get herself at least $1 million to relocate because she feared for her life. Even though she brought this on herself. If there are really people out there threatening this woman, it is because of the action she took, right? It is because of the action she took against a child. So, we know that, right? We know that. She brought this on herself, but she's playing the victim. And of course, the conservative base, the so-called conservative base, are riding with her. They're backing her up. They're defending her, even though it makes them look like hypocrites. It makes them look like hypocrites, and they are. But I wanted to talk about what the CFO or the CEO of Give Go had to say about it, right? Because he was confronted about it, right? Giving this woman a platform to earn a lot of money based on her racist actions. And basically what he said in a nutshell is that, you know, he talked about the free speech, which is a real thing, right? Yeah, free speech. GMW Guthrie was good. Free speech is important. Free speech is good, right? I believe in free speech wholeheartedly, so don't think that I don't. But there is a lot more to it than that. Particularly when you are addressing a child. When you are addressing a child, it's a different thing, right? You have the right to free speech, but how you address a child comes into play. Basically, he said that the woman, the racist Shilo Hendrix, was basically provoked, right? He said, it's not like she wasn't provoked. It's not like she didn't have a good reason. It's not like the boy didn't do something to deserve that. Basically is what he said. He basically said that that little autistic 5-year-old boy deserved to be called the N-word by a lunatic. All right? By a lunatic. We're talking about a 5-year-old autistic black boy. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now, so basically, the CEO of Give Go is saying that it's okay to be racist towards a child as long as that child provoked you. A child, think about it. A child is what they want you to believe. They want you to believe a child can convincingly provoke a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass adult to behave in a savage and uncouth manner and be a racist, right? That's what he wants you to believe, right? That's what he wants you to believe, because this 5-year-old child, according to her, was picking up her child's toy. All right, Queen Sister Cameron, how you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you in here. Drop your link in the chat. Y'all go check out Queen Sister Cameron's channel. She has a lot of great mental health content, and she is a mental health professional, so she knows what she's talking about. But she also has common sense. So not only is she a mental health professional, she has sense. She has the sense God gave her to use it in a way that is conducive for mental health. So y'all go check her out. But anyway, so here's my problem, right? Basically what this guy, the Give, Send, Go guy, is telling you, well, I appreciate you too, Queen Sister Cameron. What he's telling you is that it's okay to address a child in any manner you choose, as long as they provoke you. So what they're saying this kid did was picked up her kid's toy. Think about it. He picked up a toy, and immediately she went into going in on this child, calling him an N-word, right? Okay. So I told this story when I was talking about what was I talking about? I was talking about Keyshawn Davis being a coon, basically. Keyshawn Davis being an undercover coon, which I call skunks. So that's what I call undercover coons that try to act like, they are for the cause, but really they're very selective when they speak out against racism. So that's what I was talking about. I was talking about that. Minded Man Samusa, what's good, brother? Yes, freedom ain't free. So, basically what's going on is, the story I told is that when I was at the park with my children, right? They brought their little toys, you know what I'm saying, as children tend to do at parks. The park was packed, white kids and black kids, right? And everybody was playing to get along together. And at some point, a little white boy grabbed one of my kids' toys, all right? Now, we're trying to leave. He doesn't want to give the toy back. Same scenario. This is very analogous to the Shilo Hendrix situation. This little white boy took my child's toy and did not want to give it back so that we could leave. So, according to the CEO of Give, Send, Go, I could call that little white boy a cracker. I can call him all kind of crackers. I can call him all kind of bologna eaters. I can call him all kind of mayonnaise. I can just go in on this dude, on this little white boy. I could go in on him. I didn't do that. I said, look here, young man, we trying to leave. So please give my child their toy back. Simple as that. Did I think that the kid was trying to steal the motherfucking toy? Hell no. Did I say, you little thief? No. He's a kid. Sometimes kids are selfish. Sometimes kids don't want to share things that don't even belong to them. Just being a kid. Exactly, Queen Sister Cameron. So I could call that little boy a cracker. I can call him a cracker, honky. I can call him a saltine, all that shit. I can go in on him in a very derogatory, racist manner. And according to the CEO, I could use his platform to enrich myself. Every time I get a goddamn phone call, I could use Give, Send, Go to enrich myself, tell people that I am in danger, right? And I need to relocate. I need $10 million to relocate, change my identity, move to a country that does not have an extradition treaty with the United States. I can just do that. I can do that. That's what y'all telling me that, right? I'm speaking to the so-called conservatives, the white conservatives, and the black conservatives that stood in the pocket for Shilo Hendrix. I could have called that little white boy a cracker, a hunky, and got away with it. I could enrich myself. That's what you're telling me. I could be racist toward a little white boy that took my children's toy without asking, by the way. He just grabbed it and started playing with it. I could have called him a little cracker thief. I could have called him a whatever. I could have said, you gonna be cursed with micro penis for the rest of your life. I could have done that. Is that what I'm to believe? I could have went in on that little white boy as much as I wanted. Gotten filmed, all that silly shit. And I would have been okay. Y'all would have came and protected me, white conservative, black conservative, coons and skunks. Y'all would have said, you know what? He was provoked by that little white boy. That little white boy stole from him. Therefore, he has the right to call that little white boy a cracker. Well, technically I do. Technically, as a free individual, I can call anybody anything I want, as long as I don't move to put my hands on them, as long as I don't violate their rights. I'm just using words to speak, right? I have the right to free speech. But what I don't have the right to is to enrich myself based on people giving me backlash for the speech that I used. See, that's the difference. MF YouTube done kicked me out of... Really? You know, YouTube be on some bullshit. They hit me... they hit me with a demonetization for a couple days because they said that I was using the Ukraine war, that I was using the Ukraine war to create content. Like, what? When was the last time I talked about the Ukraine? Anyway, it is bullshit. So look, I have a right to free speech, but I don't have the right to enrich myself, claim the victim, and lie and tell people that I need $1 million to relocate, manipulate people, right? Use my black privilege or whatever the fuck they want to call it to enrich myself. No, I don't get to do that. That's what I don't have the right to do. Yeah, I got a right to free speech. I protect free speech. You know what I'm saying? I encourage free speech. When, 9 times out of 10, I will tell y'all, if people are trolling and whatnot on my thing, I say, do not block them. Do not, you know what I'm saying? Because here's why free speech is important. Free speech is important because you get to understand where people stand that don't think like you. How far they will go to expose themselves. That's why free speech is important. And another reason free speech is important is because you get to disseminate information as you see fit. Whether it's your opinion, whether you're relaying fact, you have the right to all of that. Well, what you don't have the right to do is when you get the backlash, when people criticize you, when people call you out on your bullshit, when people call you out for what you are, you don't get to victimize yourself to enrich yourself. That's where you are crossing the line. So when people try to reach out to the financial institution that is paying this woman out to freeze the account, well, it's the private organization, right? If they don't want to be associated with a racist, they have a right to cut your ass off for money that don't belong to you in the first place. You didn't earn that money. You think you earned the money because you called a little black boy the N-word and now you feel for your life? You brought that on yourself. Cameron says, yeah, I remember when I first came to your chat and had 86K locked and loaded. Hey, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Sugar Free Mars was in here the other day, and she went in on a couple people, and they got mad at her. But I'm like, look, you want me to retroactively spank her for? Because first of all, one guy was spamming. I don't like spam, right? You said what you had to say. You ain't got to repeat it over and over again. So she timed him out. But I mean, it is what it is. I can't control y'all's actions. I can tell you all day and night, oh, don't block this, don't block that, and y'all still block them. What I'm gonna do? Reach out and spank you? Put you in hand? No, I'm not gonna do that. It is what it is. So anyway, the bottom line is free speech is very important. Free speech is important. But you do not get to take that free speech and behave as though you can do whatever you want with it, right? You don't get to, I get to say what I want, but I don't get to get criticized about it. I don't get to get backlash about it. I'm going to enrich myself because now I'm creating a victim of myself. I know I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but repetition is important when you want to learn something, right? You want to learn something, you got to repeat it. Make it make sense. I can say, listen, bottom line is, I am employed by a company that is owned by a white man, right? I have a right to free speech. Now, I don't use my government name on this channel. But if at some point my employer stumbled across my channel and saw the shit that I was talking, he would have the right to fire my ass. Why? Because it's his company. It belongs to him, right? If he decides that, yeah, he has the right to free speech, but I also have the right to not have him work for me because I feel like he is not representing my company properly. So, because I have clients, if my clients see him talking his shit and they know that he works for me and I'm just letting them do it, or I'm still keeping them around, well, that's going to be bad for my business. Now, the owner of Give, Send, Go has the right to allow people to pay her through his platform. That's his right. But we have a right to do. We have a right to never use Give, Send, Go ever again. See how that works? And we would not be violating anybody's free speech by doing that. We would just say, okay, I'm not going to associate with this company because they are behaving in this manner. She done already? All right. My daughter just got done with her testing. So I don't have, I have the right. Now, I've never given any money through Give, Send, Go before. But I would have the right to never give money to anybody through that platform because they're making money off of that. They're getting their cut. Yeah. Give, Send, Go is going to get their cut, right? So, guess what? I can say, anybody can say, everybody can say, oh, this is where Give, Send, Go stands. They think it's okay to, behave as a racist bigot toward a child. They think it's okay because the child provoked them. Okay. Well, I'm not fucking with Give, Send, Go. And guess what? You would have every right. Shilo just used the system. She was too arrogant and dumb to know if she is in danger. Yeah, I mean, she ain't in nobody goddamn danger. Ain't nobody coming for that woman. All right? Listen. Ain't nobody coming for her. Period. No one's doing that. But of course she's exploiting the system. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I just wanted to come through and give my take on what he said. He basically said that she had the right to, behave that way toward the child because that child provoked her. Okay, well, it is what it is, y'all. They're letting you know where they stand. This is how a lot of them think. A lot of them think this way. So, there you have that. But like I said, the next time a little white boy takes my children's toys. Can y'all hear me? Damn it. Shit. Oh, y'all can hear me? Okay, good. The next time my kids are at the park and a white child takes my child's toys to play with it without asking, I get to go off on that little white child, call them out their name, call them whatever I want to call them, and then get filmed. And when I get backlash, I get to go to Gifts and Go to enrich myself and say that my life is in danger, my family's in danger, I need to relocate. Good to know. Good to know. Just so y'all know, hey, everybody can do it. If Shilo can do it, guess what? You can do it too. According to, by the logic of the CEO of Gifts and Go. So keep that in mind next time you take your children to the park and some opposite race child gets to playing with your child's toy. Remember that. All right. Anyway, thank you for coming through and checking your boy out. Much love, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to finish my little, my training, my strength training, and we're going to get on out of here. All right. And don't forget, keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.